Hello my pretties, and your girl is back with a tutorial. This is doing the hat box that I showed for St. Patrick's Day, but we're going to do a little Easter version. And I added some bunny ears. I just free cut these, so if you have a cutting machine or if you want to freehand it, go right ahead. So that is what I did, and we're changing things up, and we are going to add a lid. Now, my usual measurements when I do a lid always comes out the same way, but for some reason this one is just a little bit bigger for I don't know why. So if you wanted to have a more snug fit without it crushing the inside of the box, cut off just a sliver of the cardstock and still do the measurements accordingly. So make sure you check out the description box for everything. But grab your tools, y'all, and let's go ahead and make this.
Alright, y'all, so we're going to get down to the nitty gritty of things. You're going to need two pieces. Now, like I said in the intro, if you want to do it where you add a lid to it, then this is the measurement you're going to need. But otherwise, if you want to do just the basic opening, like how I originally did on this one, then you won't have to worry about this second measurement. So originally, what it is you need an 8x11 piece of cardstock, and then on the 11-inch side you want to score at 4 and then 7, and then on the 8-inch side you want to score it at 2 and then 6. But if you want to create the lid to go with it, you are going to need a piece that's 7 7/8 by 10 7/8. Now the difference with the scoring on this one, you're not going to do 4 and 7, 2 and 6. You're going to, on your long side, score at 4, rotate it, score it at 4 again, and then on your 7th and 7/8 side, score it at 2, rotate it, score it at 2, because otherwise if you did like 2 and 6, 4 and 7, you're going to be off just a little bit. So you want to make sure you rotate your cardstock on that. And then you're going to need, for the bottom portion of the box, a 6x9, and you're just going to score it at 1.5 inches on all 4 sides, and then 6 1/8 by 9 1/8, and again 1.5 on all 4 sides. So that differentiates the whole thing. But okay, so we got that part. Ignore my nonsense of a mess because I already have my mat on the table. So this is going to be fun. We're going to take our bone folder, and we're going to go ahead and fold up on those score marks that we had created. So now you're going to take your scissor, and we're going to release these middle tabs here. So just go right up on the score line, and we're just going to release those tabs. And we're going to do this to both of our cardstock pieces. So now that we have that, so this one, the one that is a smaller measurement, is going to be your base piece, and of course the bigger one is going to be your top piece, your cover. But if you're not going to worry about doing the covering, then all you have to worry about is the bigger measurement, so you don't have to deal with all the other chaos of everything else. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to start on this side. So what you're going to do is, now these are not going to go completely over. You see how it overlaps, but it doesn't completely cover, which is perfectly fine. And I am just going to add my glue accordingly. So I'm just going to do like one side at a time, and just fold that piece up. So then once I get on this side, I can go ahead and I'm going to add it just a little bit here on the edge of the part where it'll be sitting. And then just take my bone folder and go ahead and make sure that everything is secured. And then I'm just going to repeat that on the other side. All right, so now we have this piece. So this is our smaller piece. This is what's going to be the inside part. So I'm going to go ahead. You're going to repeat this same exact step with this one, and I'm going to go ahead and work on doing that real quick. So now we have our box put together, and I already did my matting. We're going to work on the base of it, and just like we did before, we're going to go ahead and work on these those lines. And then so now we are going to go ahead and release our corner tabs. You can do this however you want. You guys know I usually do mine pinwheel style, depending on how my box is fitting together. But whatever tickles your fancy. And then you're just gonna repeat this on the other side, or on the other one. And then we're gonna take our adhesive, whether you're using tape, glue, or hot glue, and go ahead and join our box together. All right, so now we have our base of our box, we have the top of our box, and then like with the other one, I added the little trim around the top of the hat, just like give it that impression of a hat. Now, because there's a lid on this one, you can kind of do it up however you want to do it. Now, if you are going to go ahead and just do the one, then go ahead and wrap it all the way around. But I already cut out like little thumb notches, so what I'm gonna do is kind of, I don't know, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and overlap it and then recut it, because I thought about it afterwards, like, oh shoot, I've already cut out my little thumb notches and I forgot to wrap in my hat. So there is no rhyme or reason to any of this. What I originally did was I just kind of molded it to the hat and to form everything without, you know, being extra fancy about it. And I just glued a little bit at a time, going all the way around. And I used my scrap pieces. So this measures out to be 1 by 11, and so I have 2 of those, and I just wrapped it around, and I had cut off the excess of whatever I didn't use. It just made life so much easier than having to worry about all the nuances of everything. And fold. So I'm folding it as I go around, so that it'll just take its shape. And then avoiding like kind of like the lumps and stuff as you go along. So learn from me, do not cut out your little thumb notches until you have this part done, and then do it. And then this one, I'm gonna take it and overlap it on here. The little excess piece, and then attaching the base. I'm gonna go ahead and do the base on here. I'm not gonna, I mean, you don't need the lid for that. There's no rhyme or reason. I eyeballed it and did, you know, I shooted my shot. I used glue and hot glue. I don't have my hot glue over on this side of my desk, so I'm gonna go ahead and attach this off camera. So I added wet glue and then quickly added some hot glue and then placed it right where I needed it to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And that is the gist of our box. I added my little thumb notches in there, decorated to whatever tickles your fancy and how you like it. Of course, probably at the beginning of this video, you'll see how I completed this box, but it's just fun. You can go ahead and make it your own, do it as decoration, send it as a gift. And so again, here is the one that I originally did for St. Patrick's Day, just to give you the idea of everything. If you missed out on my project share of this video, you can go back and get a fuller detailed look. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like and comment, subscribe, share, all the other fun things that you do for me and having your girls back. Until next time, guys, bye.